by taking a thorough approach and really understanding it, and it seems like you were able to identify that, okay, this wasn't necessarily even a procedure problem, but it was an upstream problem. We needed to validate our do a better job of validating through recruiting or whatever it was, so that we can actually get someone with the training that we thought that they had. So how did you go about solving it then? Was it a one-off, or was there then changes that you needed to make to work upstream with the folks who were finding employees and bringing them on to more fully vet or validate experiences? Or I mean, what's the impact of something like that?
Yeah, so the short answer is yes, we had to make some changes and some obvious ones because our recruitment agent was effectively defrauding us when it came to who they were sending. So we had to tighten up that process.
Were they doing? So they were doing it intentionally. The recruitment agent was, or was it that they also got tricked?
I think that it's possible they were being tricked. Someone was committing fraud because you don't accidentally generate a false reference letter.
Yeah, fair.
That happens intentionally. So someone was, and to be fair to the recruitment agent, it might not have been them, but they should have been diligent enough to pick that up.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
That's kind of what they get paid for.
Yeah.
So we had to tighten up that process for sure. We had to go out and identify who else had come from that recruitment agent to make sure that they also were who they said they were and had the skills that they said they had. But I mentioned that a part of my job was influence and persuasion and leadership, and what I had to do is bring people along on the journey with me.
Yeah.
Now, that recruitment fell within the purview of HR, and no one likes to be told that they've been fooled or that there's this massive error that's happening within their portfolio. So I had to bring them along on the journey as well. And I invited them into the investigation analysis, which is a process that I implement at the end of an investigation. Here's all the evidence. Here's what I think we should do with it. What does everyone else think? We work through a process and try and come up with some conclusions. I made sure that that person was involved in that process so that they could be the ones that uncover that finding with us and be a part of the solution as well.
I'm guessing it was ultimately effective, right? I mean, that they saw what you saw and they were able to help you solve that problem, as opposed to bringing them in and saying, hey, your baby's ugly. That's what you're trying to avoid. You're trying to avoid calling someone's baby ugly, right? Yeah. I like that. So thanks for the explanation on that incident. It's from an outsider's view, I think it's super interesting. We got connected here because you wrote a book. And I'm super interested to hear about how you decided to write this book.